I'm Libby Dyson from libbystamps.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you spending time with me. And we're going to make an impossible card today. And can I tell you, it's nowhere near as impossible as you think it is. It's quite an easy card to make. I did finish my impossible card. Let's see. Here's my impossible card using animal outings and birthday background. Who would have thought you could use a birthday background stamp set that I got on stage with sort of animals from, the wild. So what I've done is, in this birthday backgrounds, it's got these streamers. Okay, they can look like vines, can't they? Vines from the jungle. And it's got these dots, so I've used them as well. So what I've done is, on animal outing comes with framelit dies as well. So that's on my must-have, top 10 must-have list from the new catalogue. So don't forget, if you've got little children somewhere in your life, grandbabies, they'll love it. All right, so I've also used a little bit of wood textures on here and stamped. Now all that will fold up just like that and fit inside an envelope. So that's my sample one. Now that one's done in inches. We're making one in metric today. Look, I've even got a template. My piece of card is just a normal half a piece of A4, like we normally do, and score it down the middle at 10.5. All right, and then choose sides. So on one side, you're going to cut up to the score line at 4 centimetres and 4 centimetres on the other side. Don't worry, we'll do this together in a minute. On the flip side of that, you're going to cut down the middle at about, 7.45 centimetres. All right, and then I've got measurements for D.S.P and everything as well. When I re-edit the video and put it on my blog, I'll put the template and all the measurements as well. Now you can watch from scratch. Okay, so here's my... All right, so I cut my card at 14.9. It's all right. All right, and then I'm going to just use the scoring tool and score at 10.5. Now I'm actually going to fold and burnish that. Right, here we go. Now you'll be able to see where I've got that fold. And I'm going to come in with my trimmer, and I'll just choose this side to start with. And I'm going to line my card up between 7.5 and 7.4, making it 7.45, which is half of 14.9. And I'm going to bring my cutting blade up to the 10.5 where we scored before, and I'm going to cut down. All right, so there's one part. Then on this part, on the flip side, on the other side to that, I'm going to move my card over to 4 centimetres, and again bring my cutting blade down to 10.5 and score up, cut up, sorry. And then I'll turn this around just because it's easier for me. Take it down to the 10.5 there and cut down. All right, so that's all the cutting we need to do. So there's our impossible card done. So what you do is you stand this up like that and you flip it over. So did you get that? So it's like that. Stand the middle up and then flip one side over. It can be left or right, it doesn't matter. So I could stand it up like that if I wanted to, and I could flip that side over. All right. So then you've got a large piece there, a thin piece, a large piece and a thin piece on each side. It doesn't matter which way you do it because it'll work whichever way. All right. I'm using Love What You Do today as our stamp set, and I've already got the stamps mounted up on blocks, and I've got bits of card and what have you. All right, so I've got all my bits of card. Okay, now, so I'll flip this over, stand this up, flip this over. All right, now for this part here, or for the broader parts of the card, you need some D.S.P, which is 7 centimetres by 10 centimetres. So I've got 2 of those, one for there and one for there. So we'll go ahead and adhere those, and you can use snail. I'll just go ahead and adhere these, and you can use snail or you can use my favourite liquid adhesive, and you don't need much. And this is the beautiful Share What We Love D.S.P. So we'll put all these on, and I'll talk you through the rest in a minute. So it doesn't matter which side you put your card on or your D.S.P on. All right, and then you've got 2 pieces which will be 3.5 by 10 centimetres, and they go on these narrow pieces here. So I'll go ahead and adhere those, and it's quite easy, and it will fit in a C6 envelope, so you can send it to a friend and don't have to worry about it not fitting. So put this one on. Now if you're using directional designer series paper, make sure you've got it all going in the right direction. You don't want to have it mismatched. All right, now on the back of this piece here, you need a piece which is 6.5 by 10.3. So I'm going to put that on the back, and I'll talk to you about the front when we get to that. So I'll turn that around that way, I think. That on there. All right, so that's the back. All right, then I've got some pieces which measure, in Old Olive, they measure 2.5 centimetres by 14.9 centimetres, and I've got 2 of those. Now I'm going to stick one, the one at the back, closer to the flap to sort of encourage it to stand up. All right, so it doesn't necessarily mean it will. So don't put the adhesive on the card. Put it on the D.S.P that you've already laid down, because if you put it right across, you're going to have a sticky bit. So we're just going to stick that on there like that. And then I've got a piece that is 2 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres. All right, so that'll go on there like that. And then I've got another piece the same for the front, but I'm going to put it further down here, and again put glue on the impossible card that you're making in about the right spots, not on the strip, because we don't want glue sticking out under there. And then doesn't look like I've trimmed that off enough, but we'll fix that in a minute. And then you can go ahead and put it right on the D.S.P and adhere that. So there's most of our impossible card done. So this is going to be the front of our card, And I've got some of this gorgeous rich raspberry velvet, 1/4-inch velvet ribbon. I might tie a bit of bow. This is my bow helper. Now, I've said before, you can use a fork or something like that if you don't have one of these. Now, as I've said before, with velvet ribbon, you need to twist the tails as it comes through so that you've got the velvet coming out the right way. So can you see how I've twisted those tails? And then the velvet is the right way round on the front. And for the tails, which I'm just going to trim up a bit. So about there. All right. And we need a glue dot. Now, like on the velvet ribbon, I like to put a couple of glue dots. So I put one towards the top and then another one towards the bottom. And you've got 2 on there. And I'm just going to stick that down here. Now, if your tails are going the wrong way, you can always encourage them with a glue dot to go the right way, but we'll leave those for the time being. Now, I thought I'd do another one in this silver and white baker's twine. Just gorgeous it is. And see how that goes on top of the rich raspberry. I don't know whether it'll look any good or not, but it's worth a go. Alright, I'll just neaten up the ends here, and you can just hold them down and snip off. Don't want them too long. And with the glue dot, now on my paper piercing tool, and I actually go round and round and round till I've got like a little ball, and then I encourage it into a little ball on the end of my paper piercing tool. Put it in the middle of our bow, and alright, so that's that bit done. Now for the front panel here, we're going to do some stamping first, and I've got a piece of card which measures 6.5 by 10.3. Alright, now I'm going to stamp the flower from Love What You Do. I'm going to stamp that first in Memento. I'm going to stamp it at an angle. Then I'm going to come in with here's my piece that I've stamped my flower on. I straighten it up on my grid paper so that I've got some idea whether it's straight or not. And then come in and I'm doing a thank you. So these might go out as my thank yous for June, I think. Alright, look at that. Didn't even use my mat. Okay, so that's all I need that for. And then I'm going to come in with Petal Pink is a new one. And I have opened it. They tell me they open like a compact. They are much easier to open. And I love the idea that you can put a strip of colour down in the lid so you know what colour it is there. Okay, so I'm using just the background stamp that's sort of like a water wash, this stamp here. And I will bring my mat in for this one because I want a nice even finish. Now my tip about using a Stampin' Pierce mat, when you get it, leave the plastic on it, because that way if you get ink on it you can easily wipe it off with a wet wipe. Alright, this is looking a bit inky funny, but anyway. Alright, stamp down, there we go. Doesn't look very pink, it looks more apricot, doesn't it? Alright, Petal Pink it's called. Close it, just pull, flip over, and it's closed, easy as. Alright, so that's that piece done. Then I have a piece of rich raspberry, which I did find. Here it is, stop looking. I have a piece of rich raspberry, which is 6.8 by 10.5. And I'm just going to stick my Whisper White piece to my Rich Razzleberry and stick it down. All right, then this piece is going on the card and we're done except for the envelope. All right, so I'm just going to lie that down on there like that. It will fit exactly over that piece, so you've got no border of old olive around it. I've measured it so it will fit exactly on that piece. And there's your impossible card. All right, so there's our impossible card for today. And here's the envelope. So I better do something with the envelope. My favourite little stamp, which I didn't have loaded up onto a block. So put it flat on your table, put your block on top of it, and then we'll keep with the petal pink. Do you like these new ink pads? And I'm just going to stamp down in the corner, and then we might stamp on the back as well. Done. So to close these new ink pads, just pull where you've got the colour strip, flip it over and close down. Wonderful. All right, and there's our impossible card for today. Now, you understand why I said not to put glue on the card here. You put it on the impossible card itself because you don't want glue over here or here. Otherwise it'll stick. And this will fit nicely inside the envelope. Look at that. There we go. Fits beautifully. All right, so that's it from me today, I think. Where do you write the greeting? Well, I haven't left space on this one. You can write it on the front. You can write it anywhere on the back here. If you were using a really dark colour, what I'd do is I'd put a lighter colour instead of D.S.P. probably on here. Or you can put a greeting panel on any of these larger panels, depending on what you want to write. So it's up to you where you'd like the greeting panel. I just think for my purposes, you know, this bit here or on the flip side is going to be sufficient. But as I said, if you're using a really dark colour, if you're using a dark colour like Rich Razzleberry, I'd put a white or very vanilla or something panel on one of these or on the back and write on that. So that's it from me today. You've been with Libby from libbystamps.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and I hope to see you again next Tuesday for Live with Libby at 10 a.m. I'm just trying to find, here's my other one, my Animal Outings one. So live at 10 a.m. Sydney, Australia time. So I hope to see you then. Okay, so thanks so much for being with me today. I really appreciate you spending time with me. And I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.